Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where egalitarian is now in place in our culture, and I was just looking for legalistic in here. It's not in here, and there's a reason for that. The reason that it's not in here is it actually requires that we have a head of faith. So we don't have one of those right now, so we would need to reform the faith. We need to do that anyway. So we could have it be like a temporal head of faith, but we can't have both theocratic clerical tradition and a temporal head of faith. Okay, well, we can have it be a spiritual head of faith. That's fine. That's completely fine. Completely fine there. Pass to their primary heir. So yeah, this would mean that we are always going to be the head of faith. That might be the better way to go about it. We would need like lay clergy to do that, which would mean that at this point, with everything else here being completely fine and we're okay with it, with everything else here, we would need 6,200 piety to do this. And we need at least 3 holy sites as well. So, let's take a quick look at what we've got for holy sites right now. We've got one here. We've got one here. Although I think this has to be converted, which we should work on doing. We should convert in North Riding. Okay. And this is currently held by this guy. We're going to try to convert him. I'm just going to send him a gift. 65% chance. Sounds good. Okay, other holy sites. There's one up over here. This is correct. Controlled by our faith. Excellent. So that's one there. And then there's one up over here. One here that's a little out of our reach. And then one way over here that's substantially out of our reach. Well, we could actually get Kiev, but it would be a little awkward. But within the rules, we could get that. I think that we go for this one. So that means we have to take over Sweden. So if we were to do that, let's see. We could do the same thing that we were planning to do with Italy, with Sweden. We could go for a claimant. That is an option here. Let's see. All these guys are landed. This guy is 52, so maybe slightly old. But we might be able to make that work regardless. He does have children, so that should be fine. He would not come to our court because he's another guy's spouse, or another lady's spouse, technically. Okay, this guy is his liege's knight and is on the council, so that's not going to happen. Spouse? Okay. In that case, we can go after this guy, raiding up here, and try to get him captured. So that'll be our plan. We're going to raise our local raiders here. For the moment, we're going to give slightly up on going after Italy. Slightly. For a little bit. Not forever. Just for now. Okay, so we gained some piety there. That is good. We're going to need a lot of piety. In theory. And we don't have a leader here. We'll put this guy in. And we're going to head in and... Actually, I kind of want to go in via sea. There we go. We'll go in this way. And that'll be fine. We are looking to ideally capture Prince Philip here. That would be the ideal scenario. We'll see if that happens. No. We got Jarka and 2 others. And Prince Philip was not one of them. Okay. So we're just going to continue to raid over here for a bit. That'll be fine. They're raising up troops up here, I see. But I don't think that's going to be at all threatening for us. So we're just going to raid up over here. Make it look like, you know, this is just a standard raid. We're not going after anything in particular. The Marshal is going to become this guy. Okay. Now we could just go after this with a more traditional CB. That is an option. Yes, I will accept that ransom. And at this point, we're just going to head home. We did not succeed in capturing this kid, which is sad. But we're going to head home here and see what we can do. We can go for another CP here, which would be fine. Just means that there will be some territory over here that we can't get right away, which is acceptable. So we're going to bring that back, and we're currently hostile to this guy, but I mean, we've already done this, haven't we? Well, we can't do this anyway. We can't do this anyway. That's not a viable option. This Duke has that claim, which we can't go after. He also has this claim, which we can go after, but that's not helpful to what we're looking for. This count only has a single county claim, and that's not particularly helpful either. De jure, we've got a couple down here, but I don't care too much about that right now. We could just do a duchy conquer, and that would end up being this one. And all of this is coastal, so we don't have to grant anything out here, and that will give us access to a holy site. So that's a big deal. I think we go ahead and declare this. And then we raise up our troops. What map mode is this? Oh, this is faith map mode. Okay. Religion map mode. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll raise our troops here. He calls in a holy order. Oh, he's Catholic. Cool. So we might get ourselves a good amount of piety from this. Aquitaine joined in as well. I'm not too concerned about that, necessarily. Maybe a little concerned, actually. We'll get our troops raised, and we're going to head in up here. But I want to go by sea again. Yes, we will pay money for that. That's okay. So we see them heading this way. I want to fight the main Swedish force before their allies can get here. Sadly, they've disappeared. So we're going to head in and siege their capital. Okay, they're down over here. Sounds good. So we're going to siege their capital, and where is this guy located? He is leading this army. So I'm going to split off a siege force here, since this is not really under threat. We will split off that force, and these guys, they're going to re-embark again and make their way down here. I want to fight that main Swedish force before their reinforcements come in. This is about half of their total troop size, and we outnumber them for the moment. Okay. Sure, show in the Duchess. Cool. Why does this keep going back into faith map mode? I don't know, that's strange. We're going to come in over here, and we're going to fight these guys. Okay, we just had a couple of children. I want to double check our succession here. Okay, this guy has to be disinherited. Consider it done. So we're going to fight here, and this is going to do a lot of damage to them. Actually, we're losing this, and that is because we were recently disembarked. Their reinforcements are coming in. We're just going to retreat here. That's fine. We finish up the siege of their capital. We just got Philip. We'll keep an eye on that. Okay, I'm going to have these guys embark, and we're going to come back over this way. We lost this fight, which was unfortunate. The reason we lost that is because we were recently disembarked. That's fine. We'll recover this, and we may even go ahead and hire ourselves... Well, these guys are already hired. That's sad. But we may go ahead and hire ourselves a few mercs to counteract some of this. We've got plenty of cash, so honestly... Yes. I'm not going to hire them there, though. I'm going to hire them over here. Okay. So we're retreating over here, and we're just grouping our army back together for the moment. So they are making their way back up over this way. That's fine. They're going to siege up there, I think, and take that back. So we're just going to group up here, and we are going to come up over this way and siege. I'm okay with them sieging this back, in all honesty. I am fine with that. Okay, so they have a slight numerical advantage on us. And we did lose that battle, which is rough, but we'll take this siege. And for the time being, I'm going to, once again, split off a couple of levies here. The merc levies and the onagers. Should be plenty. Then we're going to take these guys back this direction. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of supplies over here. But we are going to go ahead and grab, I think, Zealous Proselytizer. That did not go. There we go. And we should absolutely be expecting them to come back over here. And that is indeed what's happening. Now, we don't know who all's behind this force. They're very spread out here. I think this is maybe okay. Yes. This is okay. That was dicey. Very dicey. But we do... No! I retreated it! Oh, I'm so dumb. We won that battle, but I clicked over here to clear this, and I missed, and that ended up retreating us. I'm so dumb. That was entirely my own fault. We're going to get a new marshal. That will be this lady. Okay. Any additional soldiers that we don't already have, we're going to raise. But that was entirely my own fault. That battle was won by us. These guys are going to be done gathering in 10 days. We're going to continue heading back to here. I don't know that they're going to make it. They're not. Okay. So we're going to group this together, and we can still win this from here. So we're going to make our way up here. We need a new leader. It'll be this guy. Okay. So they're currently spread out here. And they have more reinforcements coming in. We're going to walk in up here. That's in plains. Okay. That's now saying it's negative for us. We'll see if it actually is. We've got time here before their reinforcements come in. Yes, this is good. We win this. Okay, now is when we turn this around. I'm not going to retreat here. Fantastic. So we turned that around, and that was only worth 9% for us, which is unfortunate, but this is, at this point, the victory for us. So now they're spread out, and we can come in here. We got a valuable hostage as well, but we're going to come in here, and we're going to fight this army, if we can catch them here, and we can. So that's huge. If we can stack wipe them, that's amazing. And we did. We did stack wipe that force. So at this point, they have substantially fewer troops than we do. We're going to move our troops over here, and we are going to... Well, actually, we're going to split them up. Like so. Onagers and onagers. They're going to get a siege commander. This war has not been well handled, but that's entirely my own fault. No siege commanders available. Okay. So we're going to put this force up here, and then we're going to move these guys in here. Unfortunately, supply limits are very, very low over here. So that is definitely rough. But we're going to have to stay pretty close here and just push our way northward. So we're going to split up our forces here a little bit. I don't love doing this at all. But we'll see where their forces come in at. They're up here. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, their troops are recovering a little bit, but that's fine. Oh, we're sieging here? For some reason, I thought we controlled this. Okay. Well, we'll just make our way back over this way and over this way. Now, we can see here, these supply limits are really, really low. So we're going to move in here. We're going to split these guys and move in here. Split these guys and move in here. And these guys are going to move in here. Okay, so they're making their way up. We're going to try to resupply here for a bit. Now, I do see their army moving south. They are also taking heavy attrition right now. They have no supplies. And this force can come up here for the moment. Okay, so they're coming in. We need to group up, because they are going to walk in here, and that will happen before we finish this siege, I think. We'll see. We're grouping our way up. Yeah, they're going to arrive like 1 day before we finish this siege, I think. Actually, they decided to head this way. An interesting choice. So we finished that siege, and we're going to start heading northward now. I'd love to catch this force up here in transit. We'll see if we manage it. We're going to head up here. Actually. 2 months on this siege is acceptable, I think. I'm going to just let them walk on by. Should be fine. So we finish this siege. And then we're going to come up here. Yes. They're actually moving in on us. So we're in plains right now. Would we rather fight them in taiga? No. We would not. Okay. Actually, we would rather fight them in taiga. But here's where we're going to fight them. And we're rolling kind of awkwardly here. So we're going to retreat again. And this is just because we didn't catch them when I wanted to. We're instead going to hire 2 additional merc armies. We can still win this very easily. So we will do so, and we will raise up, let's see, this army and this army. Okay, so we're going to retreat here. This is for the moment okay. We are retreating back to the correct location. These guys, they need to finish their reinforcement here, but this is a very awkward war for us. Very awkward indeed. Cool, 100 piety. So we're going to make our way back up here. Their numbers are slightly higher, but they're fairly spread out here again. I want to come in here, and this is going to be in taiga. Okay. See, they're too spread out here to actually functionally fight us. So we win this battle here easily. In fact, we win that battle extremely heavily. Cool. Now we're going to come up over here. Unfortunately, supply limits are just so low across the board over here. But we're going to come up this way, and we need to extend this contract for the moment. We finish up this siege. No, we don't want to spend money on that. This siege will finish very quickly. Then we're going to move up over here. And that will mean that that defender controls war target malice will go away, and we will immediately begin actually winning this, assuming that they don't drive us out of here. I'm going to come back over this way, though. Yes. They're locked into moving out of here. We catch only part of this force. That was extremely major. Right there. So we're going to come up over this way now. And we're going to get the ticking war score on our side. By catching part of that force, that put them at a severe disadvantage. And we're going to come up here and siege. If they're going to siege here, this is currently not led by anyone. If they're going to siege here, then I want to split off our onagers. And how many troops do we actually need here? I think it's not many. So I'm going to split off these levies, and the rest of these troops, they are going to head down this way and look to fight while we siege here. No, I don't want to fight it too. Get out of here. Okay, so we're going to head down this direction, and I believe that we win this. We'll be defenders if we fight them here. Yes, we win that very easily. Now, these guys are ignoring our siege force, which is great. They didn't have to under any circumstances. But we're going to fight these guys here. And that's going to be a stack wipe of some of their most valuable troops. That's huge. Next, we're going to head up over towards their capital. Okay. These guys are ready to come up to their capital, and the war turns around. I would like to fight them here and siege their capital. We can catch this force. We definitely do so. Cool. So we're outmaneuvering them a bit here. Now, we would like to start up a siege up here. For now, that's not really too viable. We can come down and resupply over here where supplies are okay. However, their troops are in this region, which means that we need to fight them. We're going to come down this way and attempt to do so. Fighting them here is not necessarily ideal for us. Now this is ideal. This is very ideal. So these guys will get crushed. Very, very crushed. They're going to try to bring in additional allies. We just got their capital sieged, and now we're going to head up over this way. And we're going to head in here as well. We're going to crush this force. And then we're going to come up here and crush this force. Then we're going to come up here. We've got this solidly under control at this point. No problem. Now, these guys may well attack our siege force. If they do, I'm sad. We'll make our way up there. They have opted not to. They're instead going to go for the capital. So we will easily go after that. No problem whatsoever. And we've almost got this war won. It was a very awkward start. I played that poorly at the beginning. There's no doubt about that. But we've got this. So we'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. Cool. All of these will be granted out to people of our faith. And this is a holy site for us. So that's great. That should give us the 3 holy sites that we need. Did this guy convert? He did not. Okay. Interesting. We'll work on swaying him for the moment, but that'll be fine. And this is okay. Let's, either way, we gain 75. It's okay. Let's go ahead and check in on our religious holy sites at this point. Okay. Yeah, the Anglo-Saxons are good people. There we go. And we will then check in on... This is Jorvik? Okay. So yeah, this is currently controlled by a Catholic. And we need to deal with that. So, how can we do that? We could retract a vassal like this. She would accept this, actually. So we'll do that. There we go. And now we'll come in here and we could revoke his title. On decline, a few people would rebel. They're not particularly strong. Okay, so he's unhappy currently because we're unreformed and offensive war. We're working on it, buddy. And yeah, 19 opinion here. We already have how much? 9? So we'd gain 10 opinion. I'll do it because that will give us additional odds on this revocation. We should assume that it's not going to be accepted, but it was. Okay. Fantastic. We'll grant that to a noble of the Norse culture, and then we'll transfer that guy over de jure. Just like that. So we got a little bit of tyranny there, but now we have 3 holy sites that is controlled by our faith. So if we want to reform this, we can see all we're missing now is the piety. And that's great. It is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will see if we can manage to get any reformation done. I don't know about that. We have a long ways to go on our piety. That is for sure. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.